Hi, I'm Chad Wilson. I'm the defensive back coach and defensive coordinator at American Heritage High School in Plantation, Florida. I'm also the owner of All Eyes DB Camp down here in sunny South Florida. And today we're going to walk through a number of defensive back drills. These are the basic drills that every defensive back needs to be a success. So if you're a youth football player, a high school football player, college football player, professional football player, these are the very basics that you need at every level to be a success. And these are the drills that I've used both as a player at the University of Miami and in being a coach for over 13 years with some of the top defensive backs down here in South Florida. It's the drills that I've used to produce two sons that are top players in the country. One is Quincy Wilson, who is the starting corner at the University of Florida, and Marco Wilson, who is a highly recruited four-star defensive back that plays at American Heritage in Plantation. So whether you're a coach or you're an individual player, these are drills that you'll be able to use today. These are drills you'll be able to use if you're out here by yourself or if you're in a group. So again, coaches, something you can use. Players, definitely something that you can use. These are the basics. Enjoy. Okay, the first set of drills we're going to do are called line drills, and I've got a couple of guys here to help me out today. First is Quincy Wilson. He's the starting defensive back at the University of Florida. I've got Christian Irving. He is a defensive back and linebacker at the University of Wyoming. And finally, we've got Marco Wilson. He's a four-star cornerback prospect at American Heritage High School in Plantation. So the first drill we're going to start off doing here on our line drill is just your basic back pedal. So Quincy, let me have you start off right here. First of all, it's our stance. There are a number of things that you could do in a stance. The number one thing is to be comfortable. So we want a narrow base. So go ahead and get in a narrow base there for us, Quincy. So you can see some people will teach toe to instep. If that's where you're comfortable, then that's how you go about it. We teach a little bit having your back foot maybe a foot back. All right, your back foot is about a foot behind that front foot. Okay, that gives us the good base for us to push off. So get in your stance. To start off in the back pedal, you're going to push off your front foot and reach with your back. Okay, so just take one step out for us, Quincy. All right, did you see how he pushed off his front foot and reached with his back? That allows you to gain ground right away on a receiver that's running right at you, so he doesn't eat your cushion up right away. So that's your basic stance. And then the other part too is we're going to have our weight over our toes. That's a really big coaching point that I emphasize, having your weight over your toes, so as you're backpedaling, you're not on your heels, because you definitely don't want to be that. You want to be on the balls of your feet. Pushing off the balls of your feet makes you quick. All right, so let me have you two other guys come around here. As a coach, if you're doing this as a coach, you just send each guy off and you pay attention to, are they on the balls of their feet? Did they push off with their front foot and reach with their back? And are they remaining with their weight over their toes? So I'm going to have them go through. Go. Notice how he's pushing off the balls of his feet. Go. Another point of emphasis is keeping your weight down, keeping your hips low so that you stay low and you're able to change direction when needed. As you'll notice, Marco has his back foot a little further back. He feels a little more comfortable with that. Either way, though, he's still able to push off that front foot and reach with the back. Here we go. Go. Notice him staying on the balls of his feet and keeping his weight over his toes. So if you're as a coach now, after they've done this drill and they've gone all the way down to the other end, what I like to do is we get to work with ball drills also. So while they're all the way down there, I usually bring them back with a football. And they're not allowed to stay down here until they have caught the ball. So if they're dropping the football, I keep making them go back. All right, here we go. Coming at. Catching the ball at the coaching point. Reach out and get it. Attack the football. See, he dropped the football, so he has to go back. Okay? Catching the ball, you got to attack the football because the receivers are going to reach their hands out. So we got to learn to catch the ball with our hands all the way out in front. The next drill we have is weave and stay square. Being able to weave as a defensive back is extremely important. It's a skill that a lot of new defensive backs don't really work on. What it does allow you to do is keep horizontal leverage on a receiver that's coming at you. So in the first drill, we worked going back, keeping vertical spacing on a receiver. Now we got to have horizontal spacing because, as you know, receivers don't always run in a straight line. So just as an example here, if I was a receiver and I was running and I moved this way with Marco, he's got to be able to move horizontally with me and not allow me to get too far outside of his frame. So how do we do that without completely turning our back is by using a weave, okay? So the name of this drill is weave and stay square. Pay attention to the part that says stay square, because some will want to weave and turn their rear end like this and give their back, all right? In which case a receiver can attack you from behind, and we don't want that. So we have to stay square in this drill. So coaching emphasis here is it's really a back pedal, just like the first drill that we did. However, now to weave, you push off harder on the opposite leg of the direction that you're going in. So if Marco's going to be moving to his left, he's going to push harder off of this right foot to allow himself to move in that direction while also keeping his shoulders square. So let's have a look at what this drill looks like. Go. And he's just going to follow the ball as I move it left to right on his weave. This guy is up. Go. All right. Notice a small move with the arms. We're not pushing back with the elbows. Pushing back with the elbows will make our heels come too far off of the ground. All right, and just as we did in the first drill, when they're down there, I bring them back with a ball so they can work on their ball skills. Again, reach out and attack the football. And that is the weave and stay square drill. Go. The next part in our line drill series is a drill we call flip our hips. Now it's a little bit of an advanced move for a new defensive back, but it is an essential drill in helping them flip their hips and stay on top of a wide receiver. They'll look a little, you might look a little and feel a little goofy when you first do this drill, but I can promise you when you master this, you're on your way to turning yourself into a very good defensive back. Okay, in this drill, we're going to start off in a back pedal, which was the first drill that we did. But now, as a defensive back, the wide receiver is getting up the field on you, and he's not necessarily going left or right. He's coming right at you, but you need to be able to turn. And sometimes he will go to one side of you and then switch to the other, and you need to be able to flip your hips to keep your leverage on him. So just giving you an example of what would happen here. I'm the wide receiver, I'm running here, he's turned, and then I switch to this side. The defensive back needs to be able to flip his hips, okay? So let's talk about what we need to do to make this drill a success. So the way this drill works is, I'm gonna hold the football right here, and when I push it straight back, that indicates that he should be going straight back in his back pedal. As he's backpedaling, I'm gonna turn the football left and right. The direction I turn the ball in determines which way he's going to flip his hips. So if I'm sending Marco straight back and I flip it this way, he turns that way. When I turn it back this way, he's going to flip in the opposite direction. So let's take it from the top. All the while now he has to keep his hips low and keep his weight over his toes, keeping his shoulders over his toes. Very important. We don't want to pop our shoulders up. Go. Flip, flip, flip. Good. Next guy. Perfect. And again, if you're doing it in a group, you send them off in a line and catch a ball to come back. Make your base a little more narrow. All right, here we go. Going straight back, flip, flip, flip. All right, notice the foot tap to get his hips turned. You got to tap your feet to turn your hips. Go, flip, flip, flip. And that is your flip your hip drill. Very important drill. The next drill is a variation of the one we just did, and it's the flip your hip 360 drill. So basically, Quincy's gonna flip his hips based on how I'm turning the ball. At the end of the flips, I'm gonna drop the football down. He's gonna execute a speed turn, 360 degrees, tapping his feet to turn his hips, and he's gonna come straight back at me and catch the football, attacking it out in front. Real simple. So here we go. Go, flip, 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 drop it. And then I throw him the ball, catches it right out in front. All right, let me have the next guy. Yep, 3. Just follow the ball. Flip, 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 drop it. Attack the ball out in front. My final guy, Christian, straight back, flip, 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 drop it. And that is your flip your hip 360 drill. The final drill in our line drill series is what we call 45 backpedal 45. Now this is a drill that works primarily safety play, and it's something that's very important. You got to be able to open at a 45-degree angle and then break into a back pedal. So we're gaining width by doing the 45-degree open run, and then we're gaining depth and going vertical by going into the back pedal. Very important drill. Just talking through it real quick. First of all, as a coach, what I'm doing with the ball here is I'm going to push it this way. He's going to go into a 45. Then I push it straight back. He goes into a back pedal, bring it back 45, and then push him back in a back pedal. Okay, that's what you do if you're a coach with a football. If you're out here by yourself, then you just make the moves on your own and just focus primarily on your footwork and your pad level. The important thing here is, once again, and in all these drills, keep your weight over your toes. Stay low. Do not rise your shoulders up when you execute each direction change. Keep your shoulders at the same level at all times. So let's go through this one real quick. First, he's in his stance. Go. Back pedal. 45, back pedal. And that is your 45 back pedal 45 drill. Go. Go. Thank you for watching part 1 of the Masters of Basics drill series brought to you by All Eyes DB Camp. Stay tuned for part 2 of our Masters of Basics drills, in which we discuss our W series of essential footwork skills, the skills to make you the best defensive back possible. Once again, thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you on part 2.